Hi, this is Robert Hunt, giving a little background on how I was led to take on the ministry Dedicate America. On December 1st last year, 2020, I had a fairly vivid dream. I was playing catch with a baseball and gloves with my pastor, and he threw one kind of fast at me, we might call it a high, hard one, kind of coming up over my shoulder. And in that fraction of a second there, I thought, that's coming a little fast. I did play shortstop in college, but I haven't played in a while. I might not be able to get the glove on it. It'll just bounce off my glove and go somewhere. So I thought, rather than look stupid, I'll just pull my glove down and let it go. And it went over my shoulder, and I turned around and it hit a trophy case, a glass trophy case, and it shattered the glass in the trophy case. And I woke from that dream thinking, a trophy case symbolizes some type of reward, some type of accomplishments in the kingdom. And I thought the kingdom's going to be damaged if I don't take whatever challenge my pastor gives me. I don't know what it'll be, whether he'll ask me to do something in the church that I wouldn't normally want to do, but whatever it is, I'll embrace the challenge. But nothing happened until February the 4th, 2021, and I was led by the Holy Spirit to attend in person a teaching on Revelation. It was a series on Revelation being done by my pastor, so on a Thursday night. So I went, and about 20 minutes into this teaching on Revelation, he branched off into talking about something that some people in the church had asked about that was somewhat related to the governmental overthrow type topics that were in Revelation. And it was the American Covenant. And he spent about 10 minutes talking about the American Covenant. And I got home, I thought that was interesting. But as the next day or so, it began to be clear to me that that discussion of the American Covenant, that was the high, hard one. That normally I would have just let it go, but I felt I needed to take seriously what my pastor had said and think about it, and think about those areas where I maybe didn't agree with it. So I spent a couple of weeks, and I thought, well, maybe I'm supposed to send an email to my pastor telling him where I disagree. That was very distressing to me. Wouldn't be fun. We agree on most everything. Any differences we have are pretty minor, and that's normal for a 70-year-old man in a church. But after 2 weeks, I finally decided, no, I was supposed to just take this very seriously and think about American Covenant. So I began to study American Covenant. I got books on American history. I got several books on the faith of the Founding Fathers. I got secular historical books. I wanted to get an accurate historical picture of this country, an accurate spiritual picture. I read the sermons of preachers leading up to the Revolution. I read about the explorers from Europe that came over. I tried to get a background. In particular, I read about the Jamestown Covenant, the Mayflower Covenant, the Winthrop Fleet Covenant, the various state constitutions that embodied covenants. I wanted to get an idea of what does this mean, American Covenant. And American Covenant is a general concept that applies less to a specific event than to the general way that America was founded, by covenants between people. People got together and said, hey, let's agree we're going to do this, and they did it, as opposed to some leader decreeing or some power just manipulating them into doing something. It was based on the idea of people agreeing to do things together. And but the one covenant that he led me back to especially, and finally made it clear to me what he wanted me to do, was the 1607 covenant, when Robert Hunt, happens to be my name, dedicated this country to the gospel. And it became clear to me that what the Lord wanted for me was to find a way for people to make a public dedication of this country to the gospel. We own the country. It's a democracy or a republic. It's a system of government that gives us the ownership. God respects ownership. God looks for people who own things to give that thing to him. We own our bodies, so he says, make your body a living sacrifice. He doesn't say your body's mine and just appropriate it to himself. He says, you own your body, give it to me. And he says, you own this country, give it to me. And that was Robert Hunt, in the name of the King, was speaking, giving this country to the gospel. And the Lord wants us to do that now. And as I began to see, the Lord made it clear to me that I was to make this a great commitment, that to be as committed to this ministry as he is. And so then it became clear I needed a website. So I decided I'm 70 years old. Can I do a website at my age? I don't know how to do websites. And the Lord kind of spoke to me that I'm considering myself to be 50. I want to have many years of service to the Lord before I go, and I'm considering myself 50. The Lord kind of reminded me of that, and I thought, well, I'm 50, I can learn how to do websites. And it kind of came to me that I can spend 50 hours a week on this, and the Lord, I thought, kind of made it clear He's giving me 50 hours a week. So this is my life, 50 hours a week. I'm 50 years old, allegedly, 50 states. And I may, best case, who knows, it would be a dream to have 50 years left to live to serve Him. But that's how this ministry came about. And right about that time, I had this other domain that I had for over 20 years. And somebody right out of the blue said, hey, I'll give you thousands of dollars for this domain. And so that was sort of the seed money to pay for this Dedicate America ministry. Then Kathy one day said, I think Dedicate America is a good name. We looked up, that was still available on the web. So I got Dedicate America. I learned how to do websites. I built the website and hope to go live here soon. And we're trying to build something that's scriptural, that's historically accurate, and above all, expresses the heart of Jesus. This is for His sake. He wants to do a work in this country, and He needs the people who own it, you and me, to give it to Him. God bless you.